Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moments. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Soul Land 3 Legend of the Dragon King Part 46 based on novel. So let's start. Lush foliage monopolized this Viridian world. The differences between the intermediate and elementary levels minute, but Tang Wulin was still aware they existed. It was highly likely he would encounter thousand-year soul beasts in the intermediate level. There was even a small chance of encountering powerful 10,000-year soul beasts. Wu Zhongkong stood beside him, his white robes fluttering from the cold aura he emanated as he observed their surroundings. Tang Wulin was filled with a sense of security with Wu Zhongkong beside him. "Follow me." Wu Zhongkong strode forward. A ring of light rose with each step. Yellow, yellow, purple, purple, black, and black. It wasn't Tang Wulin's first time seeing Wu Zhongkong's soul rings. Nonetheless, he was still shaken. This is an expert. I wonder how long it will take me to reach 6 rings. A blue light coalesced in Wu Zhongkong's right hand and transformed into the Skyfrost sword. His actions clearly indicated how seriously he regarded the intermediate level. Only those with less than 7 rings could enter the intermediate level. Tang Wulin followed behind him silently. 10 minutes later, they still hadn't encountered any soul beasts. "Don't you find this strange? Why aren't there any soul beasts?" Wu Zhongkong asked Tang Wulin. "Yeah." Tang Wulin nodded. From his experiences in the elementary spirit ascension platform, he knew that they should have been attacked by now. Wu Zhongkong indifferently said, "The Spirit Ascension platform is modeled after the largest soul beast forest on the continent, the Great Star Do Forest. In the past, there were 10 great beasts, the strongest soul beasts in the world. All 10 beasts exceeded 100,000 years in age, and the Great Star Do Forest was actually home to 5 of them. The Great Star Do Forest is divided into 4 regions. The outer region, middle region, inner region, and the territory of the great beasts. When battle armor was introduced thousands of years ago, humanity's strength exploded and we began to suppress soul beasts. Yet even though we're developing and using most of the forest now, the territories of the great beasts remain untouched. I have never been there, but I heard that after some powerful battle armor masters ventured into their territory, they have never returned. Those territories are one of the few forbidden regions on this continent. Soul beasts surpassing 100,000 years in age can take on a human appearance, so if we send too many battle armor masters to attack them, it is likely they will abandon their territories and wage guerrilla warfare throughout the continent. We have a mutual understanding with those beasts now. As long as we don't enter their territory, they won't attack humanity." Tang Wulin's brows knitted. "Teacher Wu, what about the soul beasts in the other regions then?" Wu Zhongkong said, "Soul beasts have almost all been exterminated by humanity after all these years. This is one of the reasons why the Spirit Pagoda possesses such great status. Artificial spirit souls are the only option gain soul rings for most soul masters now, and natural spirit souls are near impossible to obtain. Without any soul beasts to kill, soul rings can no longer be obtained directly." Tang Wulin asked, "Then are soul beasts becoming extinct?" A sigh escaped from Wu Zhongkong's lips. "It is certain that as soul technology continues to develop, soul beasts will eventually be extinct. Yet, this isn't necessarily a good thing for humanity. It's true that battle armor can greatly increase a soul master's strength, but compared to the soul masters of the past, we are truly lacking in terms of soul rings. Soul skills provided by artificial spirit souls are different from those given by soul beasts. Furthermore, there is no doubt that their extinction will bring about an ecological imbalance. According to the research, the number of people who possess soul power when they awaken their martial souls has dwindled over the last several hundred years. I suspect that once soul beasts disappear, soul masters will soon follow. That is the price for destroying the ecological equilibrium. Now, back to the topic. Entering the elementary spirit ascension platform is similar to entering the outer region of the Great Star Do Forest. The outer region is filled with ordinary soul beasts that reach the 1,000-year level at most. Here in the middle region, however, the forest has 1,000-year soul beasts, and even some at the 10,000-year level. With soul beasts of such power present now, The forest is definitely split up into territories, so there is a lower density of soul beasts. It's normal that we haven't run into one yet, but if we do encounter one. Wu Zhongkong abruptly stopped mid-sentence and his gaze sharpened. An icy draft swept out as he pointed with his Skyfrost sword. A deep roar reverberated through the air, announcing the arrival of a soul beast, a tiger that stood over 1.5 meters in height and over 6 meters from head to tail. Purple stripes stood out in sharp relief against its bronzed fur. Its eyes were dual-colored, frosty blue and fiery red. Its bizarre appearance was completed with a pair of blue and red wings on its back. It seems our luck isn't that good today. This ice-fire demonic tiger is at least 4,000 years in age. It's no wonder no other beasts roam this territory. Just focus on protecting yourself and ignore the rest. Got it? Wu Zhongkong had twisted his body slightly towards Tang Wulin, but his eyes never left the tiger. Ice-fire demonic tiger? Tang Wulin recalled the records he had read on it. It wasn't as fierce as the dusk gold dreadclaw bear, but it was on the same level as the man-faced demon spider. It excelled in both long-ranged and close-ranged attacks and could control ice and fire. It could also fly short distances with its wings. This fearsome combination placed it as one of the most fearsome beasts. There was a peculiar legend attached to the tiger. It was said that once killed, it would provide 2 soul rings, one of ice and one of fire. Of course, in the Spirit Ascension platform it couldn't provide any rings, but still, encountering such a fearsome beast had broadened Tang Wulin's horizons once more. Wu Zhongkong's gaze never left the tiger as it spread its wings open and circled them, growing closer with every pass. With each step, its wings of fire and ice flared brighter, as if foreboding the imminent devastating attack. Wu Zhongkong stood still, simply turning so that he always faced the tiger. Tang Wulin had already released several strands of blue-silver grass and attached them to nearby trees. The moment the situation took a turn for the worst, he would be able to launch himself out of there. An overpowering odor assailed Tang Wulin as the distance closed between the two parties. He wasn't the same ignorant boy when he first entered the Spirit Ascension platform, faced with a 1,000-year soul beast now. It wasn't fear that overwhelmed him, but excitement. He obviously understood just how powerful the 1,000-year ice-fire demonic tiger was and knew that he was no match against it, but he didn't have to worry about that. His safety was assured, so he could wholeheartedly observe just how strong this tiger was. The ice-fire demon tiger unleashed a heaven-shaking roar that released a blazing fireball straight at Wu Zhongkong. It paid no heed to the Tang Wulin who was hiding behind Wu Zhongkong. The fireball expanded as it shot forward, spanning a diameter of 1 meter. Wu Zhongkong's soul rings glowed as he stepped forward with his left foot and thrust his Skyfrost sword forward. The azure sword shone with a resplendent sapphire color as a sword light flew out to meet the fireball. Even though the fireball burned with a scorching heat, it was no match for Wu Zhongkong's sword light and burst the moment they touched. In the face of his sword, neither heat nor flame could survive. Tang Wulin wanted to cheer. This is true strength. He couldn't sense any soul power fluctuating around Wu Zhongkong. Clearly, Wu Zhongkong had mastered soul power compression to a high level and was able to internalize it all. Teacher Wu also cultivates the mysterious heaven method. Tang Wulin had discovered that the most useful aspect of the mysterious heaven method was its ability to refine soul power. His soul power would grow denser with every passing day. Just when Tang Wulin believed the fireball to be extinguished, blue color enveloped its body and it suddenly transformed into an icicle a half-meter long. The icicle exploded into millions of jagged shards that hailed upon Wu Zhongkong. It seemed impossible for Wu Zhongkong to dodge this at such a close range. Before Tang Wulin could cry out, the Skyfrost sword in his hand became a blur as Wu Zhongkong's first soul ring lit up. An icy blue arc bloomed from the tip of his sword, shattering every ice fragment. They quietly disappeared under its touch. This is Teacher Wu's soul skill. Tang Wulin stared, wide-eyed. This was the first time he saw Wu Zhongkong use a soul skill. He had assumed that Wu Zhongkong was a pure swordsman and so his soul skills would only enhance his ice attribute and the quality of his sword. But that was not the case. He had used an offensive soul skill. Although Tang Wulin didn't know its name, its power was unquestionable. The destruction of the fireball-turned icicle marked the start of their battle. The ice-fire demonic tiger immediately pounced at Wu Zhongkong after the fireball. Its movements were agile like a civet, at odds with its large frame. An ice ball burst under Wu Zhongkong's slash just as the ice-fire demonic tiger reached him. Hovering in midair, its unfurled wings spanned more than 10 meters, shining brilliantly as they unleashed a baptism of fire and ice. A spectacular scene played out. Its wings magnified over tenfold, becoming light itself as they released an earth-scorching barrage. Tang Wulin stopped admiring Wu Zhongkong's magnificent swordsmanship and escaped to a nearby tree with a pull on his blue-silver grass while letting his golden scales take over his arm. He had no place participating in a battle of this level. The best course of action was to watch from far away. As he retreated, he saw the tempest of ice and fire swallow Wu Zhongkong. "Teacher Wu!" Tang Wulin cried out, his heart in his throat. He knew this was the Spirit Ascension platform and that it wasn't a true death, but anxiety gripped him all the same. At that moment, a regal blue appeared amidst the chaos. If the tiger's wings were waves of ice and fire, then this was a royal blue reef, proud and steadfast. The waves gradually dispersed in the face of the reef that remained staunch and valiant. Tang Wulin realized what it was, an Arctic blue cocoon. Wu Zhongkong stood within, his figure blurred to the point it was unclear what skill he had used. A purple light twinkled in Tang Wulin's eyes as he activated the purple demon eyes, granting him sharper eyesight. He was just barely able to see that the cocoon was spun from countless blue threads of ice. Just how many sword slashes did that take? While he was still comprehending this shocking revelation, the next scene nearly stopped his heart. An azure sword light flew out to shock the heavens, growing 10 meters long as it flew toward the ice-fire demonic tiger's head. Chills ran down his spine the moment the sword light appeared. Frost formed, coating everything within 100 meters. The tiger furled up its wings to shield its head. Boom! Its gigantic body froze over, splitting in half. An Arctic mist erupted into the surroundings in the same instant, summoning a white drizzle of snow for hundreds of meters around them. The drifting snow and stagnant mist obscured Tang Wulin's sight even with his purple demon eyes. Tang Wulin could only rely on his ears now that he was unable to see Wu Zhongkong, his sword lights found everywhere throughout this mist. A mournful roar resonated throughout the forest as countless crimson and azure lights flashed within the snowy mist. Terrifying soul power fluctuations whipped the surroundings into a frenzied tempest. Tang Wulin hugged a tree trunk with all his might for fear the turbulence would blow him away. Time seemed to slow and stretch on, yet it was only a few minutes later that he heard the tiger's roars be replaced with resigned whimpers. "Come!" Tang Wulin was still in awe when Wu Zhongkong reappeared before him. With his white robes and azure sword, he seemed to be unruffled from the battle. If a difference had to be identified, then perhaps his breath was a little more ragged. With one hand around Tang Wulin's waist, Wu Zhongkong slashed the void before him. All of the surrounding icy mist flowed back to the sword. The aftermath of the battle was clear now. The ice-fire demonic tiger laid on the ground a distance away, its wings broken and body covered in countless small cuts that were dyed red in blood. Wu Zhongkong brought Tang Wulin onto the tiger's back in a flash. Tang Wulin could still feel the faint beat of life within the tiger's body. "Use your golden dragon claw." Tang Wulin understood Wu Zhongkong's intentions. Apart from his golden dragon claw, he had no other method to penetrate the 1,000-year ice-fire demonic tiger's defense. Soul power surged and a golden dragon claw struck out. His claw stabbed into the back of the ice-fire demonic tiger's head, ending the life of this powerful soul beast. A mass of dense spirit power flowed into him. Gold light appeared, basking in the spirit power as its eyes lit with joy. Wu Zhongkong nodded. "Considering the age of your spirit soul now, your spirit soul should evolve after absorbing this ice-fire demonic tiger's spirit energy." After the rebellion period of the elementary Spirit Ascension platform and their constant training within the regular Spirit Ascension platform, Gold Light's spirit energy had already surpassed 700 years. This 4,000 years ice-fire demonic tiger would convert into about 400 years of spirit energy. With this, Gold Light would reach the 1,000-year level. Gold Light's body dazzled brighter with every bit of spirit energy it absorbed, while Tang Wulin sensed a slight change within his body. His bloodline power stirred and the golden light emanating from Gold Light enveloped him. The golden scales on his right arm rippled. A golden vein pattern appeared on his other hand. What he wasn't able to see, however, was that the gold pattern actually extended all over his body. My spirit soul is ascending? A prickling numbness spread throughout his body. Tang Wulin instinctively sat down cross-legged, silently exploring the changes within him. As gold light returned to its usual splendor, the golden light enveloping Tang Wulin also vanished along with the numbness. Teacher Wu, Tang Wulin looked to Wu Zhongkong in confusion, his eyes clouded with anxiety. Wu Zhongkong shook his head. Don't worry. All you're doing is accumulating spirit energy here in the Spirit Ascension platform. This isn't your real body, so your spirit soul will only ascend properly after exiting. The process you just experienced was your spirit soul absorbing the spirit energy, and the large influx of spirit energy made your body respond. Tang Wulin understood now that there wasn't any problem with his body. Teacher Wu, then what's next? We're continuing, Wu Zhongkong dully answered. Let's bring your spirit soul up to 2,000 years, which is just under your current limit. We shouldn't waste this trip to the intermediate level after all. Okay. Tang Wulin earnestly nodded, happy to do whatever Wu Zhongkong wished. Although he hadn't been able to clearly see the course of the battle, it was more than enough to convince him. Teacher Wu isn't just a normal soul emperor if that ice-fire demonic tiger wasn't able to harm a hair on him. Now that's true strength. The two proceeded onward, Tang Wulin following with complete faith in Wu Zhongkong. Not even a minute later, Wu Zhongkong grabbed Tang Wulin's shoulder as a blur flitted past, followed by several twinkling lights. Just as Wu Zhongkong gripped Tang Wulin and pedaled backward using the ghost shadow perplexing track, a host of ivy-green needles silently rained down from the sky. Their tips stabbed into the ground and corroded the area around them to a rotten black. The desiccated plants cried out, but even as Tang Wulin heard them, he had no time to share in their grief. Wu Zhongkong continued retreating before landing a few seconds later on a tree branch where he deposited Tang Wulin. Before their eyes, an enormous figure stepped into view. At 5 meters tall, it couldn't compare with the ice-fire demonic tiger's towering figure, yet its 5-meter girth made it resemble a giant sphere, larger than the ice-fire demonic tiger by far. Its body was ivy-green and 2 elongated fangs jutted out of its mouth from which it issued a low growl that reverberated through the air. Without giving any more time to examine it, it madly dashed forward and rammed into the tree they were on. With a deep rumble, the tree snapped. Wu Zhongkong grabbed Tang Wulin and leaped into the air, but the beast had already anticipated this, spraying a rain of needles that blocked any path of retreat. This bastard's body is covered in poison. Wu Zhongkong thrust the Skyfrost sword, summoning a storm of sword waves that easily cut down the needles. The defense was not perfect, however, as an overwhelmingly saccharine smell assaulted Tang Wulin's nose, bringing a bout of dizziness. Soon after, a chilling mist rolled off of Wu Zhongkong and enveloped the two of them, immediately restoring Tang Wulin's lucidity. It's a giant porcupine. It should be the venom quill porcupine. With such a large body, its cultivation should be at least 3,000 years. Only now did Tang Wulin finally understand his place in the intermediate spirit ascension platform. This was not a place he could enter. With his current cultivation, coming in alone meant he would die from the first soul beast he encountered without a chance to put up an honorable fight. The venom quill porcupine possessed not only highly toxic quills but also an astonishing ability to launch them at its opponents. Upon hitting its target, the toxins would quickly invade and wreak havoc within the victim's body, truly terrifying. And even with a bulky body that lent it a fearsome ramming power, it was also remarkably agile. It's covered in thorns. I don't think I can leave your side this time, Wu Zhongkong stated. For once, Tang Wulin was able to clearly see Wu Zhongkong's attack. His third soul ring, the 1,000-year purple one, lit up and the Skyfrost sword slashed out, filling the sky with a 10-meter-long sword wave. Skyfrost slash, Wu Zhongkong's third soul skill. From the side, Tang Wulin observed Wu Zhongkong's eyes as he attacked and saw the telltale purple shimmer of the purple demon eyes, which was clearly far more advanced and powerful than his own. The mighty sword wave struck the venom-quill porcupine. Despite its thick and tough defense, it was not enough to withstand the attack as a jagged gash appeared, and from its wound, an icy blue rime spread across its body until it was entirely frozen. Its mad snarls soon turned into miserable shrieks. Wu Zhongkong descended with Tang Wulin, then activated his fourth soul skill that enlarged his Skyfrost sword by tenfold into an azure greatsword. He stabbed the greatsword straight into the wound, nailing the porcupine into the ground. Wu Zhongkong gripped the sword hilt with one hand while he lifted Tang Wulin with the other. He floated in midair, his white robes fluttering in his frosty aura. The mighty venom-quill porcupine spirit energy flowed into him, yet he acted as if this triumph was nothing at all. Afterward, he held Tang Wulin tightly and leaped away, out of range of the porcupine's toxins. So powerful! The gigantic icy sword shrunk back to its original form, sending chills once more down Tang Wulin's spine. He couldn't help but ask, "Teacher Wu, what is that soul skill's name?" "Frost Song," Wu Zhongkong indifferently said. "Frost Song?" Tang Wulin repeated, baffled. Although he didn't understand the meaning behind the icy greatsword's name, he had to admit that it was beautiful. This is Teacher Wu's 1,000-year soul skill. I don't think that was the full power of his Frost Song. That was just a small glimpse. The venom-quill porcupine wasn't considered weak among 1,000-year soul beasts, but to Wu Zhongkong, it was simply a pig waiting to be slaughtered. First soul skill, Frost Scar. Wu Zhongkong started listing his soul skills. Second soul skill, Frost Mist. Third soul skill, Skyfrost Slash. Fourth soul skill, Frost Song. Wulin, take note of this, there isn't only one way to use a soul skill, in fact, there are infinite ways to utilize it. Pay attention to how you use them from now on. As he spoke, Wu Zhongkong lightly raised his Skyfrost sword and activated his first soul skill. A sword wave instantly flew through a tree leaf a dozen meters away, yet it remained undamaged. This is Frost Scar. From off the ground he walked 10 meters forward. With a slight tremble of his right hand, the Skyfrost sword projected sword waves that flew out, interweaving to become the azure cover from before. The light cocoon blossomed and then unraveled into a tempest of sword waves. This is also Frost Scar. Wu Zhongkong's cold voice penetrated Tang Wulin's mind. Tang Wulin trembled with excitement. It's the same soul skill, but with minute differences in control and soul power output, the result was entirely different. In Wu Zhongkong's hands, the Skyfrost sword became an instrument used to weave a work of art at any time. This is the true Teacher Wu, a white-robed enigmatic man with a blue sword in hand, dominating the frozen skies. Understood? Wu Zhongkong asked. I think I understand a bit. What you mean is that even with a weak soul skill, as long as I can use it properly, it will be powerful. There are endless possibilities with soul skills, and the crucial point is how I utilize it. Amen, Wu Zhongkong nodded. Let's go. Only in actual combat were lessons most effective. Wu Zhongkong believed in the saying that, the master leads you to the door, but the rest is up to you. In line with his beliefs, he didn't give detailed explanations but rather, he let Tang Wulin fully comprehend things on his own. A tremor ran through Tang Wulin's body from his revelation. He now realized his mistake. After receiving Bind as his first soul skill, he wanted to die from dejection. In his eyes, a trash spirit soul had given him a similarly trash soul skill. Now he realized though that the only thing that was trash was himself. There were no trash soul skills. Compared to Xiexie's Light Dragon Blade and its valiant brilliance, Frost Scar was an exceedingly simple soul skill, yet it had brilliantly blossomed in Wu Zhongkong's hands. When Teacher Wu battled the Soul Emperor Guang Biao, he didn't use a single soul skill. He completely destroyed Guang Biao with only his comprehension of his martial soul. So in the end, it wasn't a disparity of soul power, but one of insight. It was as though a door unlocked within his heart, revealing a new path to him. While soul masters were divided into systems such as assault, agility, control, and so on, in reality, these classifications were not mutually exclusive but instead interconnected. This meant that the crux of the matter was in how a soul master utilized their martial soul and abilities. Why was Guu so powerful? Her miraculous six-element martial soul alone couldn't make her strong, rather, it was her nimble control over the six elements. Teacher Wu, spiritual power isn't as simple as a container for spirit souls, right? Tang Wulin suddenly asked. Wu Zhongkong looked back at him with pleased eyes and nodded. The fact that you've understood this proves that you have felt it for yourself. Thrilled to have his hypothesis confirmed, Tang Wulin vigorously nodded. I need to improve on a lot more than just my soul power. Perhaps it was due to the sparsity of soul beasts, but the intermediate spirit ascension platform was lush with foliage, undisturbed by wandering creatures. As the two penetrated deeper into the forest, the dense trees towered into the heavens and blotted out the sun, creating a world of evergreen gloom. Their advance slowed a bit when four soul beasts appeared before them, but it gave Wu Zhongkong another opportunity to gift spirit power to Tang Wulin. While one was at the 1,000-year level, the others were at the 100-year level, yielding very little spirit energy. Follow closely. Now that we've entered the middle region, we could run into a 10,000-year soul beast at any time. At this level, soul beasts have undergone a qualitative change. Their intelligence far surpasses that of beasts at the 1,000-year level, with some even on par with humans. Intelligence? It wasn't something humans particularly cared for, having grown to take it for granted over the ages. Soul beasts, however, depended on it to display their full might, especially when faced with humans. A truly terrifying soul beast possessed high intelligence. If Tang Wulin and his friends had encountered a shrewd 100-year dust gold dreadclaw bear in the spirit ascension platform, he would have had no chance of survival. Xie would have died the moment he attempted a sneak attack. A 10,000-year dust gold dreadclaw bear could single-handedly destroy a town armed with both foresight and strength. Tang Wulin calmly released his blue-silver grass in preparation for any sudden attacks. He understood his vulnerability in this forest that forced him to rely on Wu Zhongkong's strength. Since he'd be useless in battle, all he could do was act prudently and prepare to defend himself against any soul beasts they encountered. I still have a long ways to go. Stop! Wu Zhongkong halted in his tracks, forcing Tang Wulin to do the same, nearly bumping into his teacher's back. Something's off. Wu Zhongkong's expression became solemn. What's going on, Teacher Wu? Wu Zhongkong answered, it's too quiet. Even if soul beasts are sparse in the intermediate level, there should still be some insects around. Don't you feel that it's getting dimmer and dimmer? And it's not just because of the trees blocking the light either. No, this is something else. We may have encountered a powerful soul beast, and if my guess is correct, we're in for a lot of trouble. Wu Zhongkong's vigilance alarmed Tang Wulin, but even so, he could only continue relying on him. Tang Wulin disliked this feeling of powerlessness, as if he had no control over his own fate. Unfortunately, he knew it all too well. Wu Zhongkong stood in place, poised with his Skyfrost sword. Waves of frost rolled off of it as he surveyed their surroundings with icy yet calm eyes that occasionally glowed with a purple sheen. Tang Wulin felt it now. It was eerily quiet, devoid of even the sound of the wind through the trees. This definitely isn't normal. I wasn't paying enough attention. Around them, shadowy figures suddenly appeared and glided towards the duo, faintly discernible among the trees. What are they? Wu Zhongkong remained still, aware of the encroaching figures. Though the Skyfrost sword swayed in his hands, pointing from one direction to another, the movements were calm and unhurried. The last of the light snuffed out, and an absolute darkness descended on the forest. Even as the shadowy figures grew near, Tang Wulin couldn't sense anything. Then, fast as lightning, a black figure suddenly shot toward them. With the purple demon eyes activated, Tang Wulin could just barely discern its true appearance. Shockingly, that black figure was himself. Without a doubt, it was an exact copy of Tang Wulin. The only difference was that it was shrouded in darkness and exuded a chilling, bloodthirsty aura. Wu Zhongkong slashed out, releasing a frost scar from its tip that sliced toward and through the shadow Tang Wulin. Completely unaffected, the shadow suddenly sped up and pounced on Tang Wulin. HMPH. Wu Zhongkong let out a cold, derisive snort. Purple light flashed in his eyes, and the shadowy figure shrieked as it dispersed in a puff of smoke. Wu Zhongkong swung his head around, glaring at a mirror figure of himself that was dashing toward him. The shadow Wu Zhongkong shrieked and turned into smoke. This is possible? The purple demon eyes can do this? Tang Wulin contemplated the wonders of the purple demon eyes as the purple shimmer faded from Wu Zhongkong's eyes. Teacher Wu is so awesome. What can't he do? Wu Zhongkong's face still carried a grave expression. A darkness and spiritual dual attributed soul beast. How powerful! The remaining shadows no longer dared to approach, intimidated by the frightening power of the purple demon eyes. They quietly turned around and retreated, but in their place, a black fog appeared. The moment he laid eyes on the billowing smog, fear gripped Tang Wulin's heart. At that moment, Wu Zhongkong's second soul ring lit up, and a chilling mist spread out to envelop the two of them, eventually clashing against the black fog. When the two met, the black fog condensed to become drops of black liquid that released a bizarre smell into the air. This was a collision between elements of ice and darkness. Could this darkness attribute soul beast possess the rumored domain ability? He heard that within the domain, the ability user had absolute control. Despite some exaggerated elements, it was certainly true that their strength would be greatly amplified in the domain. The trouble now wasn't resisting the opponent's ability but locating their opponent. If they couldn't find their enemy, then they couldn't defeat it. Domain? Tang Wulin had a revelation. He immediately crouched down and touched the blue-silver grass on the ground, closing his eyes. As he grew to understand his martial soul, he became more intimate with all plant life, especially wild blue-silver grass. Sometimes, he could even sense their emotions. Through the network of blue-silver grass, he attempted to extend his sensory range. Considering the forest's lush environment, it would have been an amazing place for him to cultivate had it not been the Spirit Ascension platform. During the previous battle, Wu Zhongkong had reminded him of the importance of spiritual power and creative uses of abilities, and now he was putting that advice to use. He silently concentrated on the gentle spiritual fluctuations of the surrounding blue-silver grass. It's true. The corner of Tang Wulin's mouth lifted. He knew how to find their opponent now. Its ability to strike fear into the hearts of both him and the blue-silver grass ultimately allowed him to locate their foe. This video will end here.